plus.
Just me or is there spinach in it? There's spaghetti models and empty rum bottles, and sometimes Louis says hi. Hey, Louis! But you don't get no hurries and don't have no worries, cause we're drunk donkey nationwide. Everybody now, Lights wear the page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's lights wear the page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Did I ever tell you the story of the drunk donkey? Once upon a time, there was this weather woman. You can come as a pilot, you stay kind of quiet, but you know you love watching Mike's face. So put your cone head shirt on, watch it live on your phone, and drink drunk donkey beer all day. Mike's wear the page. You know he'll be tracking every move that makes. You know it's Mike's wear the page. You know he won't let us all get blown away. Is that Blobby Bobby? I think that's Juicy Jerry. Yeah, Mike, throw a party, man.
Yay, what's up? Bam! How about that? The timer it ran out right when the video did. It's like I got a full production crew here. Basically, we don't. It's a one-man band. It's a one-man dog band. Not a boy band. I'm a little too old for that. I'm an old man band. Old man band. Me and Hunter running the show today. What's happening, everybody? Good morning. It's Friday. It's the Daily Brew coming to you live here at 9:19 Eastern. Set your alarm clock, your Alexa, whatever else. Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week. We're going to be slowly getting closer to Monday through Friday. We do that on May 15th. Hey, Ian, how's it going, buddy, down in Jamaica? What's up, James? How's it going over there? Softball was a bummer yesterday. Emily didn't get to play. Happens. Richard Reimer, what's up, buddy? Marianne, Ellen, what's up? Good to see everybody. Good morning, Linda Lee. Linda. Gotta ask you that every time. How about this Linda? Karen? We got the Brew crew running over there. We're chit-chatting away over on our private little chat for Cat 1s and Cat 5s. This morning, got a good little group over there. Good to see everybody. Louisa, good morning. Bill, good morning. Good morning, Floral City. Good morning, Kitchen. Loop Eddies. It does look like that on the Gulf. There's a big one right now. Big one that's going to break off eventually and drift off to the west a little bit. Starbucks, Eric, you're nuts. I wish I had some. So we're going to talk a little weather. This is the Daily Brew. Hope everybody's doing great. Coming to you live from Florida, as I mentioned. It's another blue sky day. I had to delete a post this week because it turned pretty violent. Twice. No harm on my end, but just, I guess when I start getting bad emails sent to me, it's time to lose it. I don't know what's wrong. I just want to talk weather. Anyway, so we're going to talk weather. Rays won last night. Any Rays fans out there? Hunter? Started too late for me. We were at Daytona for Emily's softball. And took a nice little ride home. We came through Groveland. We came through close to Claremont where my aunt lives, Aunt Betty. My dad's sister had a birthday yesterday, 99 years old. My aunt. But I like that little ride home through the back roads, through Sanford and stuff. It was nice. Met some cool people over there. Met a lot of fans. Even the younger generation. I had somebody in the valet there at the Hilton. Younger kid. He goes, "You look like that guy Mike." Yeah, I'm like, I get that a lot. Telling you, younger kids, man. It's a new generation of weather fans out there. It's awesome. Randy, they're talking about shots. What are you guys talking about? Page, it's all good. It didn't bother me. It was just when the page turns ugly, I gotta delete it. A lot of hate. I don't like hate. None of my pages, anyways. That's for sure, right, buddy? Hey, Hunter's 4.5 to the good now. It was Friday the 13th, December, when all the professionals told us that he wouldn't live more than 3 days. Five of them told us to put him to sleep. 5. But look at him. He's doing good. 99, Ellen. Yeah, can you believe it? Linda Lee. I think this is like Groundhog Day. As you know, I've pretty much messed everybody's names up, including Shelly for many months. I used to call Shelly Sheila before everybody finally, I used to not read the chats as much. And everybody got a hold of me one time. They're like, "No, it's Shelly, not Sheila." Sorry. All right, we got a little weather to talk about. I got some things that I posted. I like to go over kind of like a summary of my posts the last week. Just kind of go over, talk. Oh. Hunter. We'll leave him on my lap for a minute. I got to do a screenshot with something, so I'll decide here what we're going to do, a screenshot. Central Georgia, what's up, Richard? Is it hot up there? I bet you it is, Richard. Morning, Gus. Morning, Monday. Dolphin. Hot down in Jamaica, Ian. Teresa, good morning. Hey, 38 days to our cruise. We had a couple quotes this week. I can't believe it. We still got about 10 cabins we could release on the Utopia. Love to have you come along. Party with our MWP family. Got some good folks coming this time that I'm excited about hanging out with. Some returners, some new ones. It's pretty cool. For sure. Well, I'm coming to you from Florida. We got a great shout out to my good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. If you're in Florida, please stop by and support them. They are great friends of mine. They do a lot for the community, and they also have the coolest stores in the state for more than just adult stuff. They got the coolest chip aisle on the planet. If you like chips and salsa and queso, that's your spot. Because I always get the munchies when I'm standing in line. And I know I don't need 5 different flavors of salsa because I'll only open up one and then I have to throw it away. But it looks good. You know, you get the munchies in the middle of the night. It's like the biggest temptation in the planet is when you go by your closet about 11, and you got these little voices in your head, and they're saying, "No, you don't need it, Mike. You can just go to sleep. You'll forget that you're hungry in the morning." But no, then you're like, heck with it. You open that closet door, and it's like, it's on. And then there's evidence the next morning because Julie's like, what the heck happened out in the kitchen? There's like an explosion. And there's chips everywhere. Oh, it's a true story. Hey, Hurricane Expo tomorrow. Listen, we got 5 of them coming up that I'm doing. Let's talk about the one tomorrow. Oldsmar, North Pinellas County. You can come if you live anywhere. It doesn't matter. But it's at the Nielsen building, which is 501 Brooker Creek Boulevard. Nielsen, there'll be a bunch of signs out there. We've got a lot of local state officials there. FEMA, National Weather Service of Tampa Bay is going to be there. We got a lot of Pinellas County flood folks there, county officials here. A lot of private vendors. Furman will be giving away a generator. I'm speaking at 11:45, a nice little 30-minute speech about weather. So I'll be setting up a booth at 10. Julie will be there with me and Phil. We're giving away swag. MWP swag, also some Jim Beam swag. Jim Beam, a new partner of mine for the after hours part of Mike's Weather page. Come as friends, leave as family. So we got some cool swag there, but you got to be an MWP fan. We're just not going to randomly hand out this stuff to strangers. You got to be like code word spinach, and you get some Jim Beam swag tomorrow. And at Dunedin, and at Palm Harbor. The code word is spinach for free swag. You gotta say spinach. What's up, Bonnie? You worked in Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville. Home of Leonard Skinner. Sweet. Oh. It's the funniest thing yesterday. We're driving to the softball. We're in Daytona. And Sarah's listening to music. Sweet Home Alabama comes on, and she's in the back seat. You know what she says when she started hearing the tune? She goes, "Turn it up." And it's like laughing. And then it's like, then she goes, "Boo, boo, boo." She knows all the middle verse lingo. Like Margaritaville, salt, salt. Hey, let's do a selfie here, Hunter, and then we'll say goodbye. All right, so let's all look at, let's look up here. Look up here. Okay, I had to do a thumbnail. All right, everybody say bye to Hunter. Hunter's doing awesome. Say bye-bye, everybody. Yay. I like the wave. Hey, we got. Oh. All right, so Hurricane Expo tomorrow. What else we got popped up here? Fun stuff. Then we'll talk weather. Oh, there's our girl. Talking about Sarah. Hey, we sold some shirts. Shelly, I don't know if you got the link or not. Emily and Julie are working on the orders today. But Hurricane Hair don't care. I actually sold about 10 shirts yesterday. So that'll pay for the girls' Starbucks addiction for about 5 days. Sarah runs on Starbucks. That's all she ever wants to do. So I posted this morning. Severe thunderstorm warning last night in Texas. They had 5.2 inches of hail. It was crazy. But the crazy thing is when they issued the severe thunderstorm warning, they say hail DVD size possible. So I was thinking this morning, does anybody about 20 years and younger know what a DVD is? Because Emily's 19. I don't think she does. Does anybody even know what a Blockbuster is? Do you all remember Blockbuster? But when they're saying hail the size of DVDs, I mean, did anybody have to Google it? What's a DVD? Hey, you got your shirt. Cool there, Bonnie. What's up, Jason? Who dat? Hey, you must be from New Orleans there. Is that the New Orleans symbol? There's the link. Yeah, buy a shirt. We'll get it out. We got a free sticker, $29.99, but that includes the $7 shipping and a free sticker. It's just easier to just include shipping than try to figure it all out. Shipping used to be cheap. It's not cheap anymore. So there's that. DVD size hail. I thought that was kind of funny. Not funny if you got it. So I posted this last night. I'm trying to do an MWP moment every day. Okay? Some hole. Remember that movie? Said, I'm engagement farming. No, I've had a lot of memories. A lot of memories that I can share. A lot of them are helpful memories. It helps me with the messaging. So whatever. I've been in about, how many hurricanes I've been in now? I've been in like 6 or 7 majors. I've actually been in 6 or 7. I can't believe it. I've been in 6 or 7 major hurricanes in the eye wall. But anyway, I have a lot of memories. So last night's memory, this true story. Phil was my buddy. He's driving along with me. And, hey, I remember Beta. Mark, my dad, debated whether to buy a VHS or Beta. And he bought the Beta. And at the time, nobody knew what was going to be bigger. Well, there was a time that Blockbuster had Beta and VHS. But then the Beta movies started getting less and less and less and less. Anyway. So, Phil got a text or an email during Hurricane Ian. We were in Hurricane Ian. Somehow, we got an email from CNN, Aaron Burnett. It was my first national news reach. They wanted me to go live at 7 p.m. with her show. And we said, okay. We had to find a spot that had a signal because that was that was in the middle of that hurricane. The eye wall was all the way to sundown. So we're parked in this intersection in Inglewood somewhere, and we found a decent signal. The waters are coming up, and all of a sudden the winds were getting busy, and we were live, and I'm talking, and all of a sudden we heard a bam, and we were like, what the heck? And I had to keep talking because I was live on the air, Well, we looked in the front of my truck, and we could see something flying. Well, it was my tailgate cover, or my topper cover, gone. See ya. 200-300 feet away. It had to be. Well, then everything else started flying out of my truck. The top of my toppers, one of my empty gas cans blew away, and I'm like, what the hell? I have nothing to cover it. I'm like, saran wrap the back, but we couldn't. So I went back down there a couple weeks later, and this was all flooded back then, this area that we were in, and there it was. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm going to find that topper. Now, I knew I wasn't going to keep it or nothing, but I thought maybe I could salvage a piece of it, but it was all bent up. So it was just a little story, At the moment. I got a big dent in the back of the storm chaser because of it. Morning, Renee. How's it going? What else we got talking here? Any Brew Crew chat? Laser discs. I remember that, Lori. Those are huge, right? Oh my God, Tammy just, one of our brew crewers, Tammy just said, dropped a little one school secretary, said, are you listening to Mike? Oh, well, hey, secretary of Tammy, hello. So other cool weather stuff that happened, well, not cool if you lived in this area. Okay, how about adjectives suck. I can't use adjectives. My new, when I got a marketing degree, and, you have to have a mission statement, some sort of a vision, some sort of a agenda of you. Well, mine has been try to avoid adjectives because that, in my opinion, adjectives create an agenda. Like whatever adjective I choose drives the agenda of what I'm trying to say, and I really don't want to do that. I don't. I'm really trying hard not to do adjectives. So, but interesting is a neutral adjective. But if I said something like, see, I don't have any pet peeves against some of these posters, but when they say, seek shelter immediately, well, everybody knows that. Like, you shouldn't have to tell people to. It's like there's a tornado coming. You know it's coming. I mean, every post is like the end of the world. Like, but this happened in Midland, Texas yesterday. This is a more like central, western part of Texas. Now, they had other wind gusts in the past. Okay? It's a big open area. We get a lot of jet stream winds. It's very flat prairies, right? But yeah, 3 days ago, they had 111 mile an hour official wind gusts, okay, at the airport. Midland International Air and Spaceport. Their last three, 93 was the last record back in 2007. So they shattered that record by almost 20 miles an hour. Now, last night, there was a Boeing derecho almost in the same, not the same area, it's a little more to the east, but that area's been getting a lot of storms in Texas lately. A lot of winds, a lot of rains, right, Judy? Where's Judy at? But that's crazy, 111 miles an hour wind gusts. I mean, that's stronger than sometimes hurricane wind gusts. That's recorded wind gusts surface level. Wow, right? Here's, I didn't mean that to pop up yet. I had a couple more. No, maybe I did. Okay, that was it. That was it for fun stuff. All right. Storms ahead. All right, let's talk about that. It's really hard to see this, I know, but I like it because it's got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday through all over. This says all the way to next Friday. I know you can't probably see it, but the point of it is everything's in the middle part of the U.S. Now, we got some strong storms brewing Sunday, Monday we're going to talk about, maybe stretching Tuesday. So we'll talk about that. But south and east, probably 99% of everybody listening, we have nothing coming for a while. So that heat dome remains. Here's the rain maps now. I know this is through Monday morning. The sad news, the Euro has backed off the panhandle rains that we could have seen Sunday. Okay, now there's still hints that we could see some sprinkles here through Monday, but man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, look at those totals. Don't get excited. 0.01 is not like, that would evaporate. 0.1. You get excited. It's raining on your hot sidewalk, right? You think of Mike's weather page. You're like, I'm going to run in and get my phone, take a picture. And you run back outside and it's evaporated. So this is rainfall through the weekend. Now, we got a lot in the Northeast. We got, there's that storm area in Texas, central U.S., the Oklahoma, a little bit out west again. But nothing in the south along the Gulf, and definitely nothing in Florida. So you got anything planned for Florida this weekend? This is the weekend, at least, to do something outside, because it's got nothing. South Georgia, hopefully Talladega. I got friends up in Talladega. I go to the October race. Hopefully they're going to be okay. It looks like they might be. So there's that. We'll look at the 48-hour rain outlook here in a second. I do want to talk about this real quick, then we'll get into some other stuff. This is the Baton Rouge. I saw a picture yesterday of some of the flooding already happening. So it's interesting. So it's going to peak at 42 feet May the 1st. Still another week away. Well, not really a week, but almost a week away. Almost a week, yeah. 6 days away. Record is 47. This is all that rain we had a couple weeks ago up there around Tennessee, Kentucky. Remember that big heavy rain, all that flooding up that way around the Mississippi? That was about, a week plus ago? It's finally making its way down the Mississippi River, and it's going to be 42 foot now. Remember, it was 41. Now it's back at 42. This is where it's at. Oh, this is why it flooded yesterday. That's right. That makes sense. So I started seeing flooding pictures yesterday, and it was right at 40 foot. So we're going to go to 42 foot. Now, they got some heavy rain going on right now currently, so it might end up going a little bit more. Here's current radar. But that rain here will take a while to get back down here, so it'll be a secondary surge of rain. It doesn't, it won't accumulate to the Baton Rouge flooding. But that's what's going on now. More heavy rain up that way. Kentucky, Tennessee, going through Mississippi now. Unfortunately, it looks like it might go into Alabama here. Today's Friday. We got the ARCA race. My boy Cletus is racing. Anybody watch Cletus? All right, so flooding there. Temperatures yesterday, I was trying to find I used to have a record map on my site, but it's off right now. Hey, I had before I put these up, I wanted to share these. So the Florida Marine Unit had me do a big speech of Volusia County this year, and they gave me an awesome challenge coin that looks like a prop. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So hello, and I might be doing one speech for him here. Hopefully I can make it down to Bradenton. So that was cool. And then my buddy Troy at Daytona gave me that one when I was up in the control tower. And I just saw him in a bag that was in the back of my car completely. I was cleaning out the Charger to go to Daytona with the girls, and I still had my bag in there from the last time. So I wanted to share those. Here's temperatures. I was trying to find high temperatures. We've had a record run of 90 degrees here, at least in Tampa Bay. I know everybody says it's hot. I understand. We're going to talk about that here in a second. I understand But there are records, and yes, things change. I know that. I don't need to be told that. But when we look at history, I think we're on a run of the most record 90-degree days in a row here for April. We'll see. Cape Coral, Fort Myers has been awfully hot too. It was 92 yesterday in Tampa. But what's fascinating again is since we have, these winds. I saw it yesterday. It was nice and cool at Daytona Beach. I took that video of the Atlantic. We have these winds that come across with these strong highs. And look at these high temperatures yesterday. 82, 81. But look over here. 91, 92. So that cool Atlantic waters keeps things cool on the East Coast. And it also keeps it cool up here. Look at that. 79, 81, 81. So when we have a strong high pressure, guess who gets hot? The Florida West Central parts, Florida West side of that peninsula, because of the strong high pressure keeps things cooler along the water. And look, that's pretty fascinating. So didn't even get out at 80 at Pensacola yesterday. We had 81 in Panama. That's chilly. All right, storms today. Let's go over this real quick. There's the top of Texas getting those storms today. More Midland area again, close to that record on the 22nd. Here's Saturday, same area tomorrow. Here's Sunday. We've got a new system, low pressure digging down. It's got another coming across the Pacific here. This is what's going to bring these storms on Monday to watch. Boom, we got a strong signal here that we're going to see some severe storms here to watch on Monday. And then on Tuesday, it's going to spread a little bit more diagonally to the east. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's what's coming. Monday and Tuesday storms to watch. And you can see it pretty well on the, let's take a look at it real quick. On the 500 millibar, you can always get a good sense of where the strong stuff's coming. Here's your one little cutoff low coming across. That's the big one. Here it comes. Boom. Doesn't look like much, but that's a pretty good little dip in the jet. And we get these storms out ahead of it. This is Monday and Tuesday. So that's that. There's a hefty little line. That's a pretty solid little line showing up for Tuesday here. So we could have a good little spat of severe weather from Texas all the way to the New England area on Tuesday. Possibly. And then maybe a little dip here later in the week. Kind of hard to go too far out in time. So we know we got two little systems coming across. Monday and Tuesday. I see it. You see it? I see it. I see it. There's that little bowling ball coming across cutoff low, and it stays down through Monday and Tuesday. All right, so that's that. If you know what you're looking at, whatever. What else we got to show you? All right, let's look at rainfall. All right, here we go. This is through today. There's your heavy rains brewing. Might be some. Let's see for Alabama. Maybe later this evening. Then it dries up from our big old high pressure area. So there's our system today. Tomorrow morning, Saturday, about right here. Maybe a little rain down in the Keys tomorrow morning. But there's tomorrow morning, Saturday. Maybe a little bit of sea breeze collision over here on the Carolina coastline tomorrow night. Looks like we're going to have some. So it could be some coastal rains. This is all also spread by the spiraling high pressure system. All these winds kind of collide with this incoming line, and we get some possible rains here on tomorrow night. So Saturday could be a couple of sneaky storms across the Atlantic, mid-Atlantic there. Let's see. Saturday night, nothing. Here's where we thought we were going to see some rains on Sunday. Let's take a look at here. Maybe that high moves out just a little bit. Could be a few little showers Sunday popping here. Like I said, it'll be measured in sprinkles. You might get more sprinkles if you go to the ice cream store. Mary Carol, what's up? Morning, John B. Morning, Holly from the Cape. So I don't know about that. Look at this Sunday. This is crazy. Sunday night. I mean, it is like nothing even there. And then Monday, there was some signs of this little high here could spiral in some rain here. That was what we were showing the last couple days, and guess what? Maybe some random rains Monday. That has not changed. It's just the Euro's really not excited about any rain on Monday. So, little bit of rain chances on the upper Gulf on Sunday. Very little rain chances. Very little rain chances. And then a little bit of rain chances on the Euro. And guess what? There's that big old H. A little bit of rain here on Tuesday, maybe. Starting to get into a little bit more chances here and there, but nothing significant at all. How do you like that? All right, let's look at the icon. See what Sunday shows. Sunday on the icon. Here's Sunday. Maybe some juice up here in the upper. And then maybe it pivots around on Monday. Not a lot showing. Canadian. There's Monday, a little bit showing. And then here's Sunday. So very, very low chances Sunday, Monday. Sorry. Precipitable water kind of will show a little bit of that. We can look the moisture in the southeast. And you can see it pivot around Sunday, Monday next week. See that pivot? So here's Sunday, there's Monday, and then maybe a little more. I mean, there's a little moisture in the air, but nothing really organized. So sorry about that. We can look at the GFS here real quick, and then we'll look at the HRR. Here's the Sunday. So again, a little bit of chances Sunday across the upper Gulf there, and then on Monday it's really the same. The GFS is still holding on, maybe some sprinkles on Monday, southeast in Florida specifically on Monday. So that really hasn't changed. Let's take a look at Talladega rain. Let's look at let's look at the latest 12Z 48 hour. Here's I might try to make it through Talladega later today, this evening. So there could be some rain in Talladega. Arca. Then it's gone. Maybe Sunday something sneaking in. I saw that on the long range. So Saturday's perfect at Talladega. But unfortunately, could see some rain here maybe today. That little incoming system across Texas. So that would be this evening. About 5 p.m. right there. So 3, 4, 5 p.m. Maybe some rain across Talladega. Maybe they get the race before that. And then we get into Sunday. Let's go out to let's see here. Sunday, maybe, there might be a little bit of juice on Sunday for the race. Saturday looks great. Maybe. Nothing too organized, though. Showing up with a little decent rain chances on Tuesday now for the Euro. But that's that, man. We just got nothing. Some of this drought stuff I want to talk about. Tropics real quick, and then we'll get into drought stuff. This was a post that I did this morning. A lot of things come down to water temps, and this is a Tropical Tidbits water temperature map, and this is long range through May the 6th on tropical development on the Pacific. So there's little hints here and there. We might see some sort of action pop up on the west side of Central America, and that's very normal. Their season starts May 15th because historically they can start getting systems around May 15th. So we're already starting to see signs we could see something popping here in middle part of May. And one of the biggest reasons that they start a little bit earlier than the Atlantic is the water temperatures are usually a little warmer. And they are right now, 28, 29 degrees Celsius. So there you go. Water temperatures are a little bit warmer right now in the Pacific than they are in the Atlantic. And that's going to possibly kick things off there as normal. Our season over here on this side doesn't start officially until June the 1st. Anyway, anything else we can talk about? Delray Beach. Well, thank you, Omni. Appreciate that. Appreciate being a fan. Glad to have you along. St. Pete, Lenny. What's up, Lenny? Have a good weekend, Bonnie. Stephanie, the kids are driving to Texas. Hope so, too. Should be not too bad. Eastern Texas is a lot better there right now. Oh, so I did post a little bit. I want to talk about real quick. Morning, Bobby. What's up? I shared this yesterday, Thursday. The new drought information comes out, and we got a lot of areas in red now. This is one of the, I don't want to say worst droughts, but one of the biggest droughts in a lot of years. I think I saw maybe since 2010. I don't know, but it's not normal. You know, it's not a normal thing every year. Everybody wants to argue that it is. Well, it is or it isn't. Don't argue with me. I just report the facts, the news. Why do I hear myself talking all of a sudden? What am I playing? Did I start? Oh, I just sent an smiley face. Sorry. I just sent a unhappy face. I didn't mean to do that. I changed it. Made the ABC run. Well, there you go, Bill. Thanks for supporting. Any new AI weather models, Adam? Not that I know of. Just the Euro AI, which is accessible now on, Travel Tidbits. But anyway, drought information. Yellow for you, KDS. That's not too bad. But as you get farther down in the Florida Peninsula, it's pretty bad. It is bad. We had a fire yesterday in Pasco County. And it's bad. Season, we got, this is not normal. So red is now popping across central state. We got the big drought down in the Everglades. And there doesn't look like a lot of rain to come. Now, I posted a couple other graphics. I thought this was pretty interesting. This was the 1st of April. I couldn't find a better graph. This is only the one they offer, and they don't offer May either. But this is kind of shows you where we're at now compared to other years. I mean, that was the start of April. It'd be more interesting 501, but it kind of just shows you back in 2000. It only goes back to 2002. This is for Florida, but you can see we had a really big drought in 01, and we also had one in 07, 08. We also had a big one in 11 and 12. And we didn't have much in 14, 15, 16, 17, a little bit more in 17. Didn't have one in 18 and 19. We had a big one in 20. Nothing in 2021. So it's just a kind of interesting graphic to show you that. And then the rain deficits is the big one. This is the departure from normal in inches. This is what we normally have over like a 30-year period for the month of January 24th all the way to now. So that's a 3-month span or 4-month span. And you can see where we're in a drought. We're just got, 6, 7 inches less than normal that we normally get. That's all. The Big Bend area's got a lot of juice. They're about normal. They've had all the weather lately. But, we're 3, 4 inches below normal where we're at. So that's why we're in a drought. And we don't have anything big coming, it seems like, anytime soon. Storms again, I really want to point out, let me go a little closer here, in case you got anybody living up that way. We do have pretty severe storms expected Monday. Let's look at the latest SIP severe here for Monday. I think it's right here. Nope, day 5. No, it's right here, day 4. No, day 5. All right, so this one's, I think this is, let's see, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All right, well, this is Monday. We really don't have anything isolated yet, but it gives you an idea. Monday and then Tuesday, this thing could stretch. Remember that diagonal line we were showing you? So Monday, Tuesday could be significant weather. We can look at the CSU modeling for those 2 days and medium range day 4. Here is the area that's a little more highlighted for Monday, and then on Tuesday let's see here. How did I do that? Oh, day 5. And then on day 5, pretty decent diagonal line. So Monday, Tuesday, pretty significant storms likely here to watch. So that's the next big weather event, possibly, that we're talking about. So, I mean, I don't know more to tell you that. I mean, let's look at the wind forecast for the weekend, since we're going to be out on the water on Sunday. So, selfishly, I want to look at the wind forecast for Sunday. See how strong that big old high is. I think it's going to be a little less because it's kind of getting pushed away with a new one. But anyway, here's your winds. Here, let's look at tomorrow, since everybody pretty much knows the weather today. So here's tomorrow. Windy down the Keys as it has been. I'll do my little trick that I learned. There we go, a little double click. All right, so here's your winds tomorrow morning. These are gusts, not too awfully bad, really. Gusts magnify things. We got some big winds in the Outer Banks. So this high that we're dealing with now is actually getting a little push out of here. It's sliding that high a little bit farther to the east. So we're going to have a little bit more wind impact to the north, as you can see tomorrow. Noontime tomorrow, about 2 p.m. A lot of winds in the Outer Banks tomorrow. Well, not a lot, 28 mile an hour. That's dramatic, me saying that. Not a lot, though, across the south. They need a break, right? There's big winds in Texas, wrapping up around the storm system, pulling into the lower parts. But that big wind that we've been seeing is not there tomorrow. And then on tomorrow night, the same. And then Sunday, 11 o'clock. Look at that. It's calm. That's when we're taking off. Very, very calm Sunday. We got the heavy winds here across the, look at that big old mess. What is that all from? That's from that low pressure. That's coming around the backside though, so. But hey, it's still windy in the morning. Look at that Sunday morning. What's up with that? I didn't even really notice what's going on up that way. A little low pressure area popping out of the Great Lakes. So yeah, a little wind. Look at that little wind on Sunday morning. Look at that, man. You got anybody living that way? We got some big winds Sunday morning. Sunday morning winds coming down. Who's crying? Nobody's crying. Oh, that's Hunter. Got a lot of burn bands, Ellen. Yes, we do. That's Hunter. He's dreaming. Bobby Beck. Good morning. Nice little breeze. Puts the Gators on the move. Mark Hall, what's up? Yeah, our Gators around here are a little aggressive right now. It's mating season. They're ending up in people's garages. Anyway, hey, it's not too early to talk about end of the year Neighbors Helping Neighbors benefit concert. Don't know if we're going to do it the week before Thanksgiving or the week after, but pay attention. Middle part of the state, Florida. That would be a vacation for anybody to come down to. We're hoping to announce it soon. We're working with our good friends at Margaritaville, Auburndale. So pay attention to that. It'll be an end of the year. Hopefully it's the end of the year with no hurricanes. So, all right. Well, let's wind her down. We're over $500 for our good buddy Chris there with my GoFundMe. I might post that here as I go drink some coffee with Dad. Trying to get him at least $1,000 and take it down there to him. And we're going to donate a few hundred from Mike's Weather page also. So that'll put him up over that $1,300 hopefully. And that's about all I got. Remember Mike's Weather page. Always see when we're going to be live again next right here. Next Daily Brew will be Monday. You can always watch the last Daily Brew up there. You get your 30% off Furman discount right here. Free shipping. Hurricane season's inching in closer. So you click that link right there. MWP30 is the discount code. But if you hit this link right here, it's automatically applied. And don't forget our good friends at Coastal Claims here. If you're fighting with any insurance, they've helped so many MWPs across our state, but they're in, I think, all states, almost all states. getting a lot more money. I tell the story across the street with my buddy Pete. Tree fell down on his house. Insurance company wanted to give him $6,800. His deductible was $7,000, so he would have net negative $200. Coastal Claims got him like 3 times as much. So it's good to have somebody helping you get the most you can get. And they're good people. We've met them, and they've been supporters of us for many years, Frank and Cruz. So I really do believe in what they do. And if you need any help, give them a call. They will help you out. All right? I will tell Dad we said hello, Shelly. He's doing good. I'll drink a coffee. I think today is the day I go to our little mom and pop place here and buy a iced coffee, and then I buy Dad cake. And I think people think I have a... So I always buy my dad 3 pieces of pie. And I think people probably see me and are like, look at that guy. He eats a lot of pie. I'm like, no, it's for my dad. I actually am down to like 251. I'm doing good. I was up to 269 last year. I'm on my way down. Won't be in the 249 range pretty soon. Rays aren't moving to Orlando, Mark Hall. Hey, who the hell is going to drive on Interstate 4 to go watch them? James, be good, buddy. Richard, you too, man. Hope you guys are doing good over there. Say hi to your wife, Karen. I don't have any new links or anything. Don't really have any new links to brag about either. Not that I haven't already talked about. So we'll see you Monday. All right. You guys have a great weekend. Okay. We got Hurricane Expo tomorrow in Oldsmar. I'm gonna be working all day on that. I put a lot of time and effort in these presentations. So probably too much time, but I'm an obsessed perfectionist, and I want the presentation to be perfect. So I'll be working on that today for tomorrow. And I'm gonna be bringing my Storm Chaser tomorrow. So if you are coming to Oldsmar, come by and see my truck. And then we got softball. And then what else I got tomorrow? Something else. I can't remember. I can't even keep up anymore. So see you Monday. Thanks everybody. And if you want to support the page, do it. Brew Crew. Join our Brew Crew. Right there. Subscribe. And you get a lot of perks. And you can join our private little chat. mwpchat.com. It's only $59.88 a year. That's $4.99 a month. And you get all these cool little perks. And if you want to be a Cat 5, you get a t-shirt, texting service, free app, calendar, all kinds of stuff. So appreciate it. Get ready for the season. Sign up today and be part of our special little